Hey there, quilting friends. It's Carolina Moore, your favorite sewing and quilting YouTuber. And today I get to share with you something that I have been working on for months. I'm so excited about this. This is the 4-patch block of the month, and it is a calendar. And I can't wait to share more about this with you. You ready? Let's get started. So what's really fun about this is that I actually got my start in quilting doing block of the months. I worked at a quilt shop and they had bought a block of the month that another designer had designed. I wasn't a pattern designer yet, and they needed someone to make the quilt. So I said I would make the quilt, but I didn't want to teach the class. Was so nervous teaching in front of like 50 ladies, many of whom were double my age. I didn't feel like I had the clout to be able to do that. So I said I would make the quilt, but I wasn't going to teach the class. But sure enough, by the time it came time to have someone teach the class, they couldn't find anyone else. And since I'd made the sample quilt, I knew what I was doing, so why not just have me teach the class? So I did. So my first quilting teaching that I ever did was in a full house. I want to say it was about 60 ladies, most of whom were twice my age, and I taught them this block of the month. I had the best time. It was so much fun. I remember the first block that I taught, someone asked, well, how long does this take to make? And it was a question that I had never thought to think, okay, well, how long, like how much time did I spend sewing this? But at the time I was watching Gilmore Girls episodes while sewing. And so I said, well, it took about 2.5 episodes of Gilmore Girls. And everyone laughed because that is a relatable time frame for us quilters. So I also I got that understanding of that language that we as quilters all speak, which is that how long something takes isn't necessarily calculated by the hands on a clock, but sometimes by what we're watching on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or wherever else. So yeah, and this was pre-Netflix. I was watching the DVDs of the Gilmore Girls series, so this was a little while ago. Fast forward, I did several blocks of the month for that quilt shop that others had designed, and then later on in my designing career, I actually got to design 2 different blocks of the month. I'll see if I can dig those up, and I'll put them down in the description if I can find the links for you. I know one is still around. I don't know. I know the other site went through a big revamp, but I did them for different brands. I did blocks a month for them, but I've never done a block of the month for myself, specifically directly to my subscribers and my readers and my fellow quilters. So that's what this is. I did it as a calendar because that way you don't lose your pattern. It is an actual calendar that you can use throughout the year. The calendar each month has on it actual calendar pages, and I printed this all on matte paper. So you can pencil things in, you can write it with a regular ballpoint pen. It's not that shiny paper that you can't write on unless you have a special Sharpie. So it's all on matte paper. Then it has a picture of the finished block. It has all your cutting instructions. It has the instructions for sewing everything. And it has a calendar that you can use as a calendar. And then, because I wanted to have a little fun with my calendar, because that's just the way I am, on all the different months, I included all the holidays that I could find, a lot of nonsense holidays that I could find that have anything to do with quilting. So March is National Quilt Month, so of course I had to recognize that. There's also National Quilting Day on Saturday the 18th, and there's an International Day of Happiness on Monday, March 20th, which I think definitely relates to quilting. Right? April, we have National Handmade Day, National No Housework Day, yay, a day full of quilting, and International Safety Pin Day. So I guess that's the day where we all based all of our quilts with safety pins. Okay, so this is the calendar, and it goes through every month. You make a different 12-inch finished block, and all the blocks, by the way, are based on 4 patches, so they come together really simply. This is not a big commitment quilt. And at the end, there's an area for notes so that you can write any notes for things for next year. I always find that so handy on calendars. Plus finishing instructions for how to finish off your quilt. So that is the full calendar. There are fabric requirements on the back. And I do have a full kit so that you can make the same version that you see pictures of. You can make that same quilt with a kit. And so there's the full kit, and then I'll show you the quilt because I'm sure you want to see it. So this is the quilt. And we'll bring this down here so you can see all these great, this is called Seed of Roses. All of this is, by the way, is Art Gallery Fabrics, and I use Seed of Roses here as my background on all the blocks. And then I used a nice cream to offset it a little bit for my sashing and kind of the first border. And then I use that Seed of Roses again for the outer border. I chose to use this pink for my binding, but you can bind it in whatever you want. But you can see all of these great blocks. And they're all based on 4 patches. So every single block you can divide it in 4, and that's how it's put together. And some are really traditional and fun, and again, simple blocks. And all the blocks are also only 2 fabrics. So you're not spending 45 minutes every month cutting all your pieces. You just grab the 2 fabrics you need, cut those, and then you get to piece it together really quickly. There will be videos. I've already filmed the videos, so there's videos every single month showing you how to make every single one of the blocks. And there is a video at the end with the finishing instructions for this block of the month quilt. So you'll have not only the written instructions in your calendar, but also the videos that will take you through making everything. To get the cutting instructions, you do need the calendar. So go down into the description to get the instructions for how to get your calendar. I printed up lots and lots, so I shouldn't run out, but you do want to grab it so that you can get started. And I do only have a limited number of the kits, so if you want a kit instead of using your own fabric to make the quilt, make sure that you grab your kit now while you can. So there you go. That is the 2023 4-patch block of the month calendar. This is a new project for me. I am so excited about this. This is something that I thought about a year ago. It was time for me to make another block of the month and to do one for me rather than to do one through another brand. So this, this is so fun, and I can't wait to make this quilt with y'all next year and see all your versions of the 4-patch block of the month. All right, friends, that's it for today. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. Again, down in the description are all the links that you need. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up to let people know that you enjoyed it and that this is a video that they should watch as well. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Subscribe, friend. You want to be here and check out all the fun videos that I have for you already, and all of next year. So much great content planned. Friends, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I will see you right here real soon. Bye for now.